That is what you want to see with a dry cured bacon. Hi folks, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name's Taran. I run Cold Smoking Digital Cookery School. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I cook bacon. Now that's not meant to be patronising in any way. This is a particular technique that I've developed specifically for incredibly good quality bacon. And the bacon I'm using in this example is from Beckland Charcuterie down in Devon. Now I did a video on them just a couple of weeks ago now. I'll leave a link in the description. Now this particular bacon needs to be cooked in a certain way, in my opinion, to get the absolute best from it. And I show you the technique how I cook this bacon to get the best from it. And believe me, this is stunning bacon. You don't want to miss it. Now, if you're a local producer of bacon and you think you make great quality bacon, then great. You should be submitting that to a competition, whether that be the World Charcuterie Awards, which is judged every year in London, or a Great Taste Award. How you submit that is really important. Well, I've got some tips for you at the end of the video, so stick around for that. If you like the video, give us a big thumbs up, consider subscribing, and let us know what you think in the comments. If you disagree with what I'm doing, please let me know. If you've got a better way of cooking it, I'd like to hear about it. Right, let's get on with the video. I'll catch up with you at the end. First things first, let's get a pan on the go. Right, I'll get some heat in that first. While I'm doing that, I've got some bacon here. Now, this is the dry cured streaky bacon. And I'll do a couple of rashers of this.
Whenever I cook bacon, I'm always aiming to get the pan as warm as I can, but not too hot. The one thing we really don't want to do is burn this bacon.
As soon as the bacon goes in the pan, I'll turn the heat down because we just want this to render down nice and gently.
The bacon I'm using here is from Beckland Charcuterie. Janice sent this to me in a package. If you want to see that video, I'll leave a link in the description.
Just turn that pan down to nothing. I find whenever we cook dry cured bacon, because it doesn't have a lot of moisture in it, you won't see water emanating from the pan. I'll get the camera a little bit closer in a minute so you can see exactly what I'm doing. Oh, the smell coming off that even now is just amazing. Right, I'll put the rest of this away. This is our other bacon. And this is the treacle cured back bacon.
Now this is one of Janice's black pigs, and just look at the fat on this. It is so wonderful. It's really difficult to get pigs with good quality fat on their backs, and she's sourced this locally and it is absolutely delicious.
Just can't get over the amount of fat on this. This looks amazing. And this is why whenever you cook bacon with a lot of fat like this, you've really got to treat it with respect. So you don't cook it on a high heat because you'll just burn it. You need to allow it time to render down so that you get all that delicious fat. So once the lard's all rendered out of that, all you're left with is that beautiful, flavoursome, salty, open structure of fat, which is where all the flavour comes from. I mean, let's be honest. Right, that's our treacle cured bacon. That can go back into the fridge. And we'll get that in the pan once these are going. So let me just show you these. And you see how they're very slowly cooking. We're not rushing those at all. Get those back on the heat. Let me bring the camera in a bit closer so you can see exactly what I'm doing here. So you can see the gas is on the lowest possible setting. God, I wish this was smelly vision. You would absolutely find this divine. Cooking bacon videos, it's the future. And we just do this really slowly. You can't rush cooking bacon. Now, if you fancy your bacon grilled, equally the same rules apply. You have to cook it slowly. So don't put the grill on 100% because you'll end up burning it, and that's no good for anybody. The bacon gets very bitter, and nothing wrong with crispy bacon, but you want to do it slowly so it has a chance to crisp up, a chance to render this fat out here, because we want to eat all this fat because that's where the flavour is, but we don't want all the lard with it. We want the structure of the fat, but we want some of that lard to just come out. Now look at this proper dry cured bacon. When you cook it, you don't get moisture in the pan. Look at that, see, no moisture. That's properly cured bacon. All that shop bought stuff which is pumped with moisture, you don't get that with dry cured bacon because the moisture's taken out, and you can begin to see that fat is just coming out now. And then we'll flip it again, and you can see that colour is just beginning to develop. So this is the thing when you cook bacon, you just leave it on, walk away, let it do its thing, turn it every couple of minutes so that you're not allowing it to caramelise or burn on any one side. This has only really shrunk about, I don't know, 5 or 10% in size. It was just a fraction longer, but it's only shrunk a really small amount. And that's indicative of a really good quality bacon. The stuff that's pumped full of water, once it ejects all its water, it shrinks quite considerably, and then you're just boiling it in this horrible scummy water, which is no good to anybody. With this fat rendering out, any water that is in here is going to be evaporating. As the proteins tighten up and shrink when it cooks, you don't have any water to push out because it's been dry cured. It's lost all that water that shop bought bacon tends to have. And look, you can see all that fat that's come out now. Surprising amount. So we'll let that go for another minute or two, and we'll get some paper towels for that to sit on. That is what you want to see with a dry cured bacon. How about that? So I reckon that's done now. Don't really want to go too far down the cooking process. It has shrunk a little bit, not a great deal, and that is absolutely spot on. We'll just let that sit for a moment. Let's get this beautiful back bacon in the pan. Let me try this. Oh my goodness me. It's got the rind on it as well, which is really nice. Oh my goodness me. It's got that lovely saltiness you expect from bacon. It's also got a really nice sweetness to it as well. And look, all the fat's come out of that, but you're still tasting that crunch from that open structure from the fat, which is actually rendered out. That is stunning bacon. Well done. And let's focus on this bacon here.
And the process I'm following for the back bacon is identical to the streaky bacon. So you can just let it go nice and low and slow, just keeping an eye on it, turning it occasionally.
You know, when a lot of companies submit their products to a show to have it judged in a charcuterie competition, and I'm a judge for the World Charcuterie Awards, by the way, and I was judging this year in London, and a lot of suppliers failed to provide cooking instructions for their particular product. And I think that's really, really important, that if you're going to do that, if you're going to submit your products to be judged by judges, you want them to be on that plate in the best condition, you know, the condition that you think will give it its best shot of giving you a prize. And the key stage of any product that you submit is going to be the cooking. So if you're going to do that, specify exactly how you want it cooked. I mean, if I was going to be submitting bacon, I would say this method would be, for me, certainly the preferred method of cooking bacon. Certainly if fat is going to be your main flavour profile, then you want to be cooking it in that fat. You don't ideally want to be grilling it because you'll lose a lot of that fat through the grill.
You can see here I'm pressing the bacon fat down into the base of the pan. The reason I'm doing this is because this particular bacon does have its rind on, and as it cooks it will always shrink a little bit, and when that happens, if the rind is on, then it will kink a little bit, and you can see that it's got a nice little wavy shape to it here. Now, one way you can avoid that is by using a little pair of scissors on the rind and snipping it every inch or so to ensure that when it does shrink it won't buckle.
I think for me that is a good job. And you can see the fat that's rendered out. I mean, that is amazing, isn't it? So let's get a piece of paper down. Alright, let's see how this tastes. The smell is just amazing. Oh my good. Oh my goodness. Oh. Again, it's a perfect cure on that. The saltiness is just right. It can be quite a subjective measure, salt, but for me, if I was judging that, that will get very high marks. Beautiful. Well, I hope you liked the video. If you did like it, give us a big thumbs up, consider subscribing to the channel, and let us know what you think in the comments. In the meantime, folks, take care of yourselves, and I will see you on the next video. Bye bye.